What's going on, guys? El Tiburon here. Time for another game room tour, 2024 edition. Alright, let's give you guys the full effect. First off, we got this little door sheet my wife bought me from, I think this was from Spirit Halloween. And please, my wife does not respect this sign. Do not disturb. Gaming in progress. She does not respect that sign, guys. What do I do? So first off, let's get a little panoramic shot. Very little has changed, but thought I'd make just like a little update because I have added a few things. Not a whole lot though, but some stuff has been added, some stuff has been removed. So let's start off right here on the door. We got Elvira Coors Light Malibu Beach standee. Get it? Malibu Beach. Got this at a flea market. We got Mr. Heisenberg right here. This was pretty cool because when you turn off the lights, there's like a hidden image where Mr. White is. Mr. White. Yo, Mr. White. This is kind of my little shrine to my favorite slasher, Mr. Jason Voorhees. Oh, this poster, I'm kind of happy I was finally able to put this one up. This was from going to see the Texas Chainsaw Massacre at the Hollywood Forever Cemetery, which is probably one of the most fun experiences in watching a movie with a crowd. Super fun. We got another Jason poster, little shrine, like I said, to my favorite slasher. And right here, this detailed shelf, I've got all my horror guys, because I'm a big horror fan right here. We got continued shrine to Jason Voorhees. Down below, my second favorite slasher, Leatherface with the hitchhiker. You ain't nothing but a cook. And just a little amalgamation of other spooky characters I like. You got Annabelle giving the little side eye right there. Chucky, Sam, Mr. Sam. Kind of is random that Dr. Loomis is in here, right? But you know, had to put him right next to Michael Myers. And down below, get low. This shelf, I wanted to add like some figures that had what they call soft goods, like their clothes is soft. I'm not a big soft goods fan, but like when else am I gonna get these guys from Night of the Demons? There's the Candyman there. There's the Driller Killer from Slumber Party Massacre. Awesome cheesy 80s horror movie, not action movie. We got the Critter. Oh, Troll 2. Come on, man. The Troll from Troll 2. Little demon dude from The Gate. And we got the scary ass nun back there. And Wawawiwa, Elvira. By the way, I just saw The Nun 2. Pretty disappointing movie. Up here we just have a couple of posters. Probably my favorite movie poster of all time, Marion Cobretti, Stallone and Cobra. Crime is a disease, he's the cure. Of course, another favorite movie of mine, Jaws. My wife got this for me when we were dating, so you know, a little sentimental frame right here. RoboCop 3. Not a big RoboCop 3 fan, but my wife bought this for me and I thought it was pretty cool. And right here, oh, I forgot about the TV. Right here, I'm playing a Altered Beast in the background because my buddy, the Billster, my buddy Billy's coming over, and I told him, for all those times that you would only lend me Altered Beast as a kid. We're gonna beat Altered Beast today. So this is playing on the Mega SG. Awesome little system, Mega SG, made by Analog. Got the PS5, backwards compatible PS3, N64, OG Xbox, Xbox 360. Got the Switch kind of hidden in here. My Vita in this little camera bag, and then I just have, you know, like my controllers and stuff. The Series X, and it needs some breathing room, so I put it up here. More controllers, more little knickknacks, controllers, headsets, all that stuff. This cool little Halo 4 poster I found at a Salvation Army. Recently played Halo 4, and now it's one of my favorite Halos. And right here we've got Ninja Turtles, kind of like a little Ninja Turtles section right here. First off, we got, out of this edition, we got the NES, CIB, TMNT 1, we got Hyperstone Heist on the Sega Genesis, and TMNT 2, the arcade game. Just thought it'd be cool to, you know, put them up so you can actually see the art, even though it's way high up there. But you know, sometimes we just get to see the spines of our video games, and I thought it'd be cool to kind of display them facing forward. These, I think my wife got these for like $10 at Ross. I just kind of like them for the box art, because it's that box art for the box art is from the TMNT arcade game. And right here, one of my favorite figures growing up. This guy was a top guy. This guy was a legend in my wrestling figure federation. We got Shell, Slam, and Mike. TMNT poster that I got from 8-Bit. I think they're called 8-Bit Gallery. This one I got from Instagram. I won it in like a raffle, I think. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool print. I think the guy's name is Tim. I don't want to butcher his name, but it's Tim Oliphant or something like that. He's on Instagram. Of course, we got the Turtle Van right here. Raph, Mikey Call Shotgun, Donatello. Leonardo's somewhere back there if you can see him. And just a couple figures here. I still have other TMNT figures that I haven't been able to display, but I don't know, I might have to rotate some of these figures in and out, but oh man, I'm like dreading that. So I still have the same setup from last year. I don't want to mess with it, because I feel like if I move one thing, everything's gonna fall, and I don't know, I just feel like it's gonna be a mess. But these are the NECA TMNT figures, cartoon figures. Next we have the movie Turtles from the original TMNT movie, 1990 movie. And like I said, the strong arm of the law, Cobra, with the Cobra VHS. Funny story, I did an unboxing and threw away all the boxes afterwards, not realizing that I might have thrown away his match. You see how he has a match in his mouth? So I had actually thrown away everything and not realized that there were matches in there. I didn't find out until someone on YouTube actually commented and was like, hey, how did you put the match in his mouth? And I was like, what match are you talking about? He's like, it came with matches. And I by then I had already, like, I think the trash had already picked up the box, the trash, and I lost it, and so I guess I threw it away. And I contacted the Slice the Loan Shop, and kudos to them. They sent me a free pack of matches. They were like, hey, this is a one-time thing we can do. We'll send you another little pack of matches for your figure, and for free. They just sent it to me. So shout out to the Slice the Loan Shop for sending me those matches, because this figure would not be complete without that match in his mouth. Down below we have just a kind of a hodgepodge of cartoon characters, mascots from the 80s and 90s. Popeye back there, Chester Cheetah, Count Chocula, Frankenberry lurking over there. Not the mama over there.
Not the mama, not the mama.
Alf eating a cat sandwich. He-Man, Bartman. This dude I found at I think off OfferUp recently. Toxic Crusader, Skeletor. Just kind of a little mix match of figures. Of course, two of my favorite guys, Beavis and Butthead, right there. Let's see what else. What else do I got here? Let me pan out. So now since I stream on YouTube. Kind of borrowed an idea from my buddy Omega Ace Gaming. When I went over to his house last year, he kind of had like a little cart where he had his streaming stuff, like his monitor and computer. So I found a cart at a yard sale, so I can kind of move I can move this closer to my chair so I can read the chat. And there's a new addition right here, my computer that I use for streaming. I used to try to stream off my laptop, but Jesus Christ, that thing was horrible. It was a nightmare. It was not working. And look at this mess right here. Look at this cable management mess. Horrible. Hey, that's the only thing that bothers me. I think I don't like having clutter, so that kind of bothers me. But I wanted to start streaming, so I guess that's the price I gotta pay. I gotta have a little bit of clutter with the cable management. Right here I have a little Kallax from IKEA. Kallax shelf. Let's see, we got right here like just some albums, some video game albums from horror movies. We have like the Halo Infinite soundtrack, Ninja Turtles. Maybe one day I'll show off my vinyl collection. I don't really have bands. I just have, Rumpelstiltskin. Uncle Rumpel's coming to get you, baby Johnny.
Here I come, little Johnny. Uncle Rumpel's on his way.
Unsolved Mysteries. Come on, who doesn't love the theme to Unsolved Mysteries? What else we got here? Friday the 13th, signed by Harry Manfredini. And then up here, little vinyl record player. Honestly, I need to, we watch so much screen time, like TVs and cell phones, computers. Some days I'm like, I need to just turn everything off and just listen to some of this vinyl. But yeah, I need to do a better job about that. Got Krang right there, PS2, Sega CD. I'd love to move my Sega CD over here, but I don't know how I'm gonna do it because there's not enough room. So I gotta figure out a way. To connect my Sega CD to the analog Mega SG. Up here we got a pot. Someone painted a pot for me. My wife paid someone to paint my logo, my Retrowave Podcast logo. Retrowave Podcast, cheap plug on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music. We got King Shark, Slam Dunk and Dawn. Some candles in here because sometimes it smells like cheese or crud in here, so gotta help make it smell nice sometimes. We got some lucha figures, La Parca, Octagon, El Matemático, Beavis and Butthead. Got a bunch of stickers in this one. This vintage WWF poster. And then just some Hasbros and kind of we got the Repo Man lurking back there. Just some Hasbros and modern versions of the retro figures, like this Diesel one. This one's actually a modern one, but it's in the style of the Hasbros. Got Mean Gene, legend right there, Mean Gene Okerlund. My wife's Street Shark that she lent me. Little VCR VHS rewinder. because you know you gotta be kind and rewind. Let's see what else we got here. Some hats that I found at yard sales or have been gifted. And right here, on in case you're wondering, I'm watching Off the Top Rope on my VHS player here. My little TV, VHS combo TV. We got the Bulldog versus Jim the Anvil Neidhart. Got a Nintendo. Honestly, these systems, this NES, Sega CD, PS2, I feel like I just have them here for show. So who knows, now that I'm doing this video, like, should I just get rid of them? Because I think I just have them here for the ambiance, or should I just leave them there? Because I don't use them. I think the only time I ever turn them on is, since I sell on eBay, I'll test some games. So that's the only time I'll turn on these systems, is to test a video game. So up next, we got my wrestling section right here. I'm a big wrestling fan, so we gotta have like my old school, my childhood favorites growing up here. Some of my old school favorite wrestlers. Let's start right here on the right. Just like the Ninja Turtles for this side, so we got Pac-Man in between, the Turtles right here. And since this is the wrestling section, I thought I'd add some of my favorite old school wrestling games. My favorite might be this one, Royal Rumble on the Sega Genesis. This one's not that great, but I do remember playing it as a kid, WrestleMania. I do love the music though in the game, especially the Girls in Cars rendition in there. Monday Night Raw, also a fun one. This is a recent addition. My wife bought this for me off of eBay. It's apparently it's promoting a show that occurred in Japan between I don't know if it was called All Japan, or I'm not sure if it was All Japan, New Japan, but essentially the WWF wrestlers wrestled Japanese wrestlers in the Tokyo Dome. So this was from what I saw in the eBay description, this was used, these were put up on like phone booths to promote the wrestling event. So you know, we got the Hulkster, Legion of Doom. I think the Japanese dude up here is Tenryu. The dude with the singlet, I think this is the guy that tried to shoot an earthquake. Yeah, very cool. So I thought that was pretty cool that it's from Japan. Kona Crush, one of my favorites growing up. I'm glad I got this when I got it. I think I got this for like 20 bucks, 25 bucks on OfferUp, and now this one's a pricey one. So I don't even want to take it out of the packaging. Huss! 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 Got the Berserker. I just love the look on his face. I couldn't take him out of the package. And my white stepdad right here, the immortal Hulk Hogan and I. Just hanging out, you know. Him and I were pretty tight. Okay. Right here we got some Mexican luchadors. We got Vampiro, el Vampiro Canadiense. We got Último Dragón. We've got, I think this is supposed to be a Rayo de Jalisco. These two are bootlegs. So this one's Rayo de Jalisco. This one's Atlantis. I'm pretty sure these are bootlegs because they don't have the name of the wrestlers on there. And we got Savio Vega, probably my favorite Puerto Rican wrestler. He kind of filled that void after Tito Santana left the WWF. I had Savio Vega to rely on. Kona Crush vintage poster. I think I bought this off a vendor on Instagram. I think he's from like the UK. This is a Razor Ramon poster from Electric Zombie. And up here we got, even though I'm not a big Bendham's fan, my wife bought these ones for me. Actually, I think she bought me this one, and I saw this one. I'm a big Owen Hart fan, so I snatched it up. I got this at a flea market. I think it was about $10 bucks. And this sign, this is another new addition. I love this sign. So it reminds me so much of the early 90s, watching primetime wrestling superstars, wrestling challenge. Love this logo. Love this blocky WWF sign. And right here we have New Generation. I had this last year because I did kind of skim through my game room tour, and I did notice that I had this last year. The only addition was the bad guy Razor Ramon. I think I replaced him with I replaced Kama with the bad guy Razor Ramon. Vintage WWF sign. Down below we got, man, I love the Hulkster. I love the Hulkster. If you know me, I love the Hulkster. So just kind of a shrine to the immortal Hulk Hogan. Throughout the years, you know, whether I was rooting for him when he was a baby face, when he beat Yokozuna, Hulk Hogan, my Yokozuna, issue you a challenge. So I'm trying to commemorate that when he beat Yoko for the belt at WrestleMania 9. Even though, you know, all the smarks, all the fans, you know, that they hate on that moment. I loved it as a kid. I didn't give a damn. Mr. America, very short-lived gimmick. Of course, NWO, revolutionary gimmick, storyline right here. NWO, we got Mr. T back there. Gulf War, Hulk Hogan. WCW, Hulk Hogan. NWO. And then in the front, Hulk Hogan in his kind of his late run in WWE. And that shirt back there is actually from my buddy Sexy Chino. He lent it to me. He said, I won't give it to you, but I'll lend it to you. It's an actual 80s Hulk Rule shirt. Just can't really see because it's covered by all the Hulkster figures. Right here, I don't think anything's changed aside from adding the Undertaker in here. We got Jake the Snake. I kind of like this front row because this is when I was first introduced to wrestling. These were the guys that were on Superstars and Wrestling Challenge at the time. Taker, of course, had just debuted. Jake was in that Trust Me gimmick, screwing guys like the Macho Man and the Ultimate Warrior. Ric Flair, Roddy Piper. So this always reminds me of when I first fell in love with wrestling in 1991. Of course, the Demolition, Boss Man, Perfect, classic guys. Some of my favorite Mexican wrestlers, me being a Mexican American. Rey Mysterio, Eddie, La Parca, Chico. And right here, I think there's a few additions. I just made like a little like mixture of different Hulk Hogan figures. That one in the middle I love. I think I got it for 15 bucks at a flea market. It's like a Mexican bootleg, but I love it. I think it looks really cool. It looks almost like a Hasbro, like a big Hasbro. We got Jimmy. Get on him, Honky. Stay on him, Honky. Of course, Hasbro. I always wished I had that Hasbro. I always had the cheap ass military press one. And some Funkos. A little Lego. I think that's like a bootleg. But like a little Hogan Lego. WWF belt, my favorite, the Winged Eagle, signed by a bunch of people, including Hulk Hogan, as you can see back there. You can check out my video where I'm showing off like the Hulk Hogan signature. I also got Sergeant Slaughter to sign this, Bret Hart, Ric Flair, The Undertaker, Diesel, and I think that's it. Another little section for the Hulkster. This one's actually a puzzle, and I put it in a frame. This is when my wife and I were still dating, and she bought me this puzzle, and we built it one day and just framed it. Isn't that cute? Little black light Killer Clowns from Outer Space poster. They Live poster. I still, even though this is just like a not very expensive print, I love that I got it signed by the Hot Rod. No Bubblegum. And John Carpenter. I just wish I would have got the Piper signature in something other than black, because it doesn't really stand out. Speaking of Roddy Piper, there he is. From They Live. The Hulkster. And Zeus! One of my favorites too, Mortis Canyon. The Gobbledygooker. I think I just unboxed this one recently. And right here, this is just my VHS section. So a lot of wrestling, a lot of cheesy horror movies, a lot of slashers, and lot of kind of just obscure movies. Let's see what we got here. The Lord of the Strings. Where these ladies are looking for a mystical G-string.
Did somebody say sassy?
Gotta watch this one of these days. Let's see what else we got here. Let me pull out some random ones. Little Bigfoot 2. Why do I have this? You might be asking yourself. I don't know. I just thought it looked funny. Yeah, a lot of wrestling stuff. This is like for nostalgia. I grew up renting all these tapes. Shout out to the Professor Tyler Stevenson. I gotta rewatch this one. I remember liking this as a kid. Only the Strong, the Capoeira movie. Then just right here, it's just a bunch of movies. Bunch of Blu-rays, DVDs, 4Ks. Up here I just got some figures from different movies that I added up here. And probably the one that when people walk into the room, the first thing that pops out to them is this Freddy sticking out of the wall. My wife bought this. Really cool. Really cool Freddy. I don't know where this came from. I think my guess it came from like a carnival or some kind of maze or something, because we don't see any like writing on it or anything. It doesn't say copyright or anything. So yeah, but this one's really cool. I think it's been up so long I don't even notice it when I come in anymore. Got the Seth Brundlefly, one of my favorite sci-fi horror movies. Probably my favorite sci-fi horror movie. Venkman, RoboCop, Pretty Woman, Leatherface. Then right here, this is kind of like my video game section. I love this poster. I got this at not a flea market, at like an estate sale, and the dude had a bunch of like sketches and posters and promo kits for like TV shows, and this one looks like it's from like the 70s or 80s, but it's like hand drawn. Really cool. I love this one. Got it for like maybe $5-10. I love it. And just some magazines, couple magazines. I recently added this one. Nintendo Power, WCW versus NWO. Like I said, big Hulkster fan. I beat this last year finally. Splatterhouse 2. Tough game. Right here, just some random figures. We got Isaac Clarke from Dead Space, Gears of War, Halo. Just some of my favorite franchises. BioShock, Axel from Streets of Rage, Batman and Joker from Arkham Asylum, Sweet Tooth, one of my favorite characters too. And just just kind of a variety of different video game characters that I love. Let me know, any of these stand out to you? I just added these yesterday. I love these. Got freaking Sonic with like a chili dog. Cuphead, love Cuphead. Of course, King. River City Girls. I still need to play that part 2. This is the only guy I don't really have a connection to as far as video games. Armagon, but I just love that he's a shark. You know, I'm el tiburón. I gotta have a shark video game character. He's from the Tournament Fighters on the SNES. Pac-Man, one of my favorite characters, of course, Pac-Man. Frogger. It's a Wario. I'm gonna win. We got Wario. I think this is like a bootleg or something, but this is like the only Wario figure I could find, so I'll settle for a bootleg. Vintage Mario. I wish I had like the little hat for him. Got Super Mario Brothers 3. This is the game I remember, the first ever game I got brand new as a kid, because I would always just get like used games. Like I said, one of my favorites, WCW versus NWO World Tour. And yeah, just kind of like got the Vita games up here. I'm a big fan of the Vita. Some Switch games. Most of my Switch games are digital, so that's all I have physically. Xbox One, Series X. I'm a big Xbox guy. Some PS5 games. I gotta play this one this year. Blood Rain, what's it called? Betrayal. Gotta play this one. Looks cool. It's like a 2D side scroller. PS5, some 360 games. OG Xbox, PS3. I try to show love to as many consoles as I can afford to show love to. Sega Genesis, grew up loving the Sega Genesis, so some loose ones. These labels really come in handy for the 64. And just some in-box Sega Genesis games. A lot of these don't have the manual because, you know, it's kind of expensive when you get them with the manual, but I'm happy to at least have these in the box. Because displaying them like this, I kind of hate this. It's kind of annoying to pull the cartridges out of there. Couple Sega CD games. Hopefully I get to play those this year. A couple of box Nintendo. This thermos. I don't know where I got this. Maybe a yard sale or swap meet. Some more NES games. PS2, PS1. And up next is the final section. I try to rotate this section every 6 months because I have so much crap that's still in totes. So right now I decided, all right, I'm gonna put up some wrestling buddies. So I got the Warrior, the Hulkster, Macho King, DiBiase. My wife wanted to get rid of this, and I was like, oh no, let me put that in my room. This is cool. Pee Wee Herman. Kind of a little bit cluttered right here. I didn't really know what to do right here, so I just threw a couple of figures in there. We got Jaws chomping on what's his name, Flint, I think. El Chavo del Ocho. Come on, man. For my Hispanic people out there, you remember Chavo del Ocho and La Chilindrina.
Este es el programa número 1 de la televisión humorística, El Chavo. Interpretado por el...
My wife also wanted to get rid of this. I thought he was pretty hilarious. Alf. Alf as a chef with a little fake mustache. And this right here is just kind of like my little snack bar, kind of. Like, I kind of wanted to have it like, you know, when you go to the movies and you grab your popcorn and your goobers and your milk duds. I wanted to make it like a little snack area. So just some random stuff. There goes Robert Englund, Frankenberry, Marty Jannetty. That's the one that always stands out to me. I just got a random autographed Marty Jannetty. Why not, right? Me and my uncle Tito Santana. Arriba! Yeah, just some random stuff. Master Chief. Like I said, I'm a big Xbox guy, Halo guy. This one I got. Shout out to Omega Ace. He gifted me this. It's like a Chavo with candy, like little jelly candy. Just, you know how much I love my energy drinks. Just some licensed energy drinks. Roddy Piper bubblegum, all that bubblegum soda. The Macho Man Slim Jim figure. The Noid. Bring back the Noid, Domino's. Let's get the Noid back. And just some of these. I remember these. You guys remember these? These were like some of my toys as a kid. You know, we didn't have a whole lot of money, so these were like my action figures sometimes. This one, I think Iowa Retro Gamer Dad gave that to me when I won a raffle. And this was like a dead refrigerator. My wife got it for me a few years back, and it stopped working. And I was thinking of just getting rid of it. But one of her friends has a husband that works on refrigerators, and he, out of the kindness of his heart, he fixed it for free, absolutely free for us, and it like chills stuff really, really good. So we got, you know, like some seltzer in here, beer, Jaeger. I gotta take this Jaeger out of here. What do I think I am, 22 years old? I don't drink Jaeger anymore. Some Prime Energy drinks. Some random ass soda, pickle flavored soda, prickly pear soda, coconut water, gotta stay hydrated, Warhead sour blue raspberry soda, stuff I shouldn't be drinking because I'm pre-diabetic. Little cookie, Rice Krispies treat. But man, yeah, this fridge, it's just super loud. Whenever I record podcasts, I gotta unplug it because it's so freaking loud. But man, it chills the hell out of stuff. The Billster gave me this one here, a little Chucky lunchbox, just some extra inventory. Right here I got some fight sticks, Retron 5 for when I need to test systems I don't own. Right here just some podcast stuff. Yeah, little snack area. I added this guy. Got him at a flea market, I think, for $5-10. Just some signatures. I was happy to get Gunnar Hansen's signature. Nice guy. And man, this guy was a riot. He was hilarious. What's his name? Ed Neal, I believe. The hitchhiker. Me and Leatherface do all the work. What you say, bitch hog? I just love that part when he gets yelled at by the cook. And we got right here Kane Hodder choking me out. Look how excited John Carpenter was to meet me. Just like a little ring. I kind of feel like at some point I want to get rid of this ring because it's kind of takes up a lot of room, and I can't really, like, you know, maybe this space could be a little bit more useful if I didn't have the ring. This right here is just some stuff like I'm gonna list on eBay. Yeah, but just some of my favorite commentators right here. Macho Man as a commentator. The dream team of Gorilla and Bobby the Brain. Will you stop? And of course Jesse Ventura. He was also a fun commentator. Just some random figures. Kama got demoted to the ring. He used to be up on the New Generation shelf. The model Rick Martel. We need a Ty Lord model impersonation. And this one I just added recently too. It's kind of like a little, check it out, like a little hidden snack bar. So right here, if you want to make yourself some popcorn, I have a little popcorn machine right here. My wife's always coming in here when I'm streaming to make popcorn. Got some candy. Of course, you got to have the seasoning for the popcorn. Gansito. Come on now. You guys know. You Hispanic people know Gansito.
Ven conmigo a visitar donde hacemos tu gansito, el sabroso pastelito que es de todos favorito. Gansito, gansito.
Raisinets, Hershey's. And yeah, that's about it. This is the end of the wall here. Just some random figures that I put up here. These up here are just some of my favorite frames. We've got Chop Top, played by Bill Moseley. Lick my plate, dog. Lick my plate, you dog dick. Dog will hunt. We've got a RoboCop. We've got Return of the Living Dead, and of course my boy Jason Voorhees. And this is where I sit. Usually it's just one chair, but like I said, my buddy Billy's coming over, so I brought in another chair so we can game together. And this is where I'm always sitting. I love me some pillows, so I always gotta have a pillow. And my recliner, which I love. Every time I sit in this chair, it's nice, you know, after a long day at work, kick up your feet and get some gaming in. Always a good time. Yeah, but that's it, guys. That's my game room tour for 2024. To another year in gaming, to another year in collecting, to another year in hoarding stuff we'll never use. I'll see you guys next time.